Kia ora tātou te wānau, welcome back to another YouTube video. Thank you so much for clocking in for yet another one. Today's video is a follow-up on the previous one that I uploaded. Something to do with the silencer attachment affecting the fire rate of the Anvil in particular. So this weapon right here. And the reason why we made that video is because one of the bros, well, I misunderstood what he said. What he said to me at the time was the silencer isn't as good because it makes the gun slower. So I took that as in he was talking about the fire rate of the Anvil if you had a silencer on it. So the previous video was us testing that, and we had side-by-side comparisons of an Anvil 1, no sorry, mainly of the Anvil 4, a tier 4 Anvil, and we were switching in things like the compensator 2, the silencer 1, and also a muzzle brake 2 as well, which you could get in the weapons crate here. We're in the practice area here in upgraders. So today, I'm just going to clarify what he meant by the silencer slows the gun down. In that talk, when he was telling me about this, he said the silencer slows the gun down and the compensator increases the speed of the gun. So he was meaning, what he meant by that was this thing called, and now that we've been cleared up, thank you to the person, sorry I forgot your name, who kind of clarified what shot dispersion means. We didn't know what it meant. And so what my friend and basically what the commenter said in the last video was pretty much exactly the same. Well, they described it differently, but means the same. So what reduced per shot dispersion or reduced max shot dispersion, what that really means is, so you aim down sight or hip fire too. When you shoot, not only does the recoil make the crosshair go up, but you'll also see the circle of my crosshair increase in size as well. So when you shoot, it increases in size, you'll see the circle go bigger, and then it slowly goes down. And so what my friend was meaning was not so much that the silencer slows down the gun in terms of fire rate. He was saying if you put a silencer on the Anvil, it slows down the recentering or resetting of the flare of this crosshair. So that's what we're going to test today. So there we go there. I can notice that straight away as well. And I did notice that because when I had a compensator on and I was spamming the 6 shots in the gun and doing the side-by-side comparisons, for some reason it was much more accurate. So I don't know if saying the compensator makes the gun more accurate, but I think it resets fast enough that you're going to be able to hit your target, or hopefully where you're intending to aim, more accurately. So that's what we're going to test today. So we're going to take that off, and I guess we're just going to start shooting the gun, and we'll do some side-by-side comparisons, to see how quickly the Anvil resets with the flare and the speed that it resets to make it go smaller. We got 3 compensators here. We got 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll also do some silencer shots as well. So we'll compare, I guess, side by side, and I guess we got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. We might just do muzzle brakes just for a bit of fun, but just to clarify, so recoil, when I shoot, my crosshair is going to jump to about here, and that's what recoil is, right? Boom. So it jumps up high, and if I don't readjust it, it's going to keep climbing. So that's recoil. Vertical recoil specifically for that one. Shot dispersion is if you'll see the lens, or the crosshair, sorry, go bigger, and then it will slowly reset to going back to the small size that it is now. So it'll go bigger and then reset, go bigger and reset. So that's mainly what we're talking about here when it comes to shot dispersion. And I mean, the last video wasn't a waste of time. I guess this is a big learning for myself, but for anyone out there who didn't know what shot dispersion really meant, I guess now you know upon watching this video. So I guess we'll just start shooting. We'll use the middle dummy for whatever reason here. We'll get a little bit of distance, and I want to shoot the gun as quickly as I can with its 6 shots, and I'm going to keep trying readjusting it. But we want to see that lens or the crosshair going bigger and smaller. We want to see the speed of that. And so we'll do 6 shots. We'll do 6 shots every time. We'll start with no attachment, and then we'll slowly go from 1, 2, and 3 compensator and see how fast it is. Quickly look at the stats. Compensator 1, 20% reduced per shot dispersion. So I'm guessing that the flare of the crosshair doesn't go as big, and then reduce max shot dispersion. So one or the other, okay? So reduced per shot dispersion might mean that it resets quicker. It goes from bigger to smaller in terms of resetting it. And then I'm guessing the reduced max shot dispersion would be the flare of the crosshair doesn't go as big. Possibly. Something like that. So hopefully we can get a pretty good comparison in terms of how quickly this resets. So first of all, we're going to do Anvil 4. No attachments on. We'll do 6 shots. Sweet. Reload that. We'll chuck the compensator 1. 6 shots. There you go. Got a nice fire rate on that. Put the compensator 2. 40 and 20% buffs on that. 6 shots. Okay, that was a bit wriggly, but it's alright. And then we'll go compensator 3, which is 60, 30, and 20% increased durability burn rate. So this should be the best one out of all. 6 shots. There we go. So we'll throw those side by side, and we'll have a look at the reset time of it. I can already tell with this one, the circle's going nowhere near as big every time you shoot a bullet, right? So that's going to reset and make you more accurate with your shots. I'm not too sure if it only affects aiming down sight, but when we move left to right, we can also see that it flares out as well. But then we also do have hip fire. I don't know why the circle disappears there, but you can see it's way less accurate if you were to hip fire. So I'm going to test the hip fire with all of the compensator attachments as well. So this is the Anvil 4 without any attachments. So the smoke gets in the way of the test. We'll try and... yeah, this one. Pretty wild, right? I think maybe 2 of those kind of hit the body. Put a compensator 1. We'll just stay in stationary here too. Compensator 2. Much more accurate there, maybe 3 body shots with that one. And then we have compensator 3. Much more accurate. Much more accurate. So let's try and strafe with it. Somewhat pretty accurate, but it is worse while moving, and either like with ADSing or hip firing, that's quite the difference. So we'll have no attachment here, and we'll just hip fire and strafe. It hits though, I'm not gonna lie, it's not too far off, but it's most significantly noticed when you're aiming down sight, right? There we go there. And then if we put compensator 3 on, usually. best, definitely your best option is the compensator 3. If you have one, if you manage to have one. I think I got this as on a reward from doing the trials, but I guess hopefully this video will sum up what, well, from the last video. This follow-up is just to kind of let everyone know that my misunderstanding of what my friend said about silencers and compensators do. All right, let's go over to silencers. I'm not too sure if it's going to matter, but if we do a side-by-side with a compensator 3 and a silencer 2, both blue attachments, which might be a pretty good comparison. So I'm going to aim here, do 6 shots per attachment. Okay, I think this is going to be the best way to compare what shot dispersion is. On the left we got the compensator and silencer on the right, and as we can tell, after you shoot, the silencer's bloom or the crosshair is significantly larger than the compensator. What that means is that when it comes to using attachments, you're going to have to weigh out what you want to use and what's best for you or the weapon as well. With a compensator, it's going to recenter and reset faster, as opposed to when you're using a silencer, it's going to be much more bloom on your crosshair per shot, and it's going to take a little bit longer to recenter and reset. So those are the things you're going to weigh up when it comes to shot dispersion. Trying to focus on my crosshair here, and then silencer. Yeah, silencer. The reset in terms of how much the crosshair is flaring on there is the difference. I can notice it straight away. Why I like the silencer on the Anvil is because of mainly for like drones. So when you're out there running through hydroponic on dam or wherever, Blue Gate, where there's a lot of drone arcs, snitches, whatever it may be, it's easily to be seen. Doesn't really matter because you're shooting the drone and people can see that and hear it, but the noise suppression kind of helps sometimes. It doesn't attract as much or as easily, so that's why I liked the silencer on an Anvil, mainly to deal with arc. Another good reason for having a silencer on any gun, really, whether it's the Renegade, snipers, or an Anvil, was if you come across another raider and they don't see you, and if you can get the shot off first, it takes them like a little bit longer to notice where you are or know where you come from, because it's not a loud bang noise, it's more suppressed, right? So it gives you like those extra few shots to kill them before they can figure out where you are, and they can find you to pretty much defend themselves, right? So this is the silence again. And now we're out of ammo. So let's switch that over. In the practice range, you can also grab ammo out of here. And this is the compensator 3. It's gonna be much better for the arc. And now that I didn't realize before doing all this testing, but I do remember though, like when I was shooting arcs, like for some reason, sometimes, because I wouldn't always have a silencer, right? Sometimes I'm like hitting these arcs pretty easily, and sometimes I'm not. And that was due to having a silencer and compensator. So those were the differences within this. So hopefully you guys can take something from this video. It was mainly to test not how fast the gun shoots in terms of fire rate, but in terms of shot dispersion and how fast the dispersion recenters or your crosshair recenters after shooting it. So per shot dispersion, max shot dispersion, how big your crosshair goes per shot, and how quickly that crosshair resets or recenters itself. Nera te minui ka koutou katoa. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you take something from this. Let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't yet, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll do more testing on Arc Raiders. Nera te minui ka koutou katoa. Mā tātou koutou te aki manaki. Look after yourself, look after your wānu, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Mā te wā.